Good morning to you all. Welcome back to online classes. Today, let's begin with chapter 3 from tasting to digesting. I will be reading the chapter and you can follow me. Let's begin. Different tastes. Jumpa ran into the kitchen and caught hold of her mother, saying, Ma, I'm not going to eat this bitter karela. Give me gur and roti. Ma smiled and said, You ate roti and sugar in the morning. Julan teased Jumpa. Don't you get bored of only one kind of taste? Jumpa replied quickly. Do you get bored with licking imli? I bet your mouth is watering just by hearing the word imli. Sure, I love the sour imli, but I eat sweet and salty things too. I even eat karela, said Julan and looked at her mother. They both laughed heartily. Julan said to Jumpa, Let's play a game. You close your eyes and open your mouth. I will put something to eat in your mouth. You have to tell what it is. Julan took a few drops of lemon juice in a spoon and put them in Jumpa's mouth. Sour lemon, Jumpa replied quickly. Julan then picked up a small piece of jaggery. Her mother suggested, Crush it, otherwise she will know what it is. Julan crushed the jaggery, but Jumpa easily guessed it. They played the game with different food items. Jumpa could tell the fried fish even before tasting it. Julan said, Now close your nose and tell me what this is. Jumpa was confused. It is a bit bitter, a little salty, and somewhat sour. Give me one more spoonful. Julan took another spoonful of the cooked karela, uncovered Jumpa's eyes, and said, Here it is, eat. Jumpa laughed. Yes, give me more. Discuss and write. So I give this as homework to you guys. So do it and post them as comments below this video. Close your eyes and tell. Collect a few food items having different kinds of taste. Play a game with your friends like Jumpa and Julan did. Tell your friend to taste the food and ask, How did it taste? What was the food item? On which part of the tongue could you taste? Could you get the most taste? In front, at the back, on the left or right side of the tongue? Which taste could be made out on which part of the tongue? Mark these parts on the picture given. One at a time, put some things to eat in other parts of your mouth, under the tongue, on the lips, on the roof of the mouth. Did you get any taste there? Use a clean cloth to wipe the front part of your tongue so that it is dry. Put some sugar or jaggery there. Could you taste anything? Why did this happen? Stand in front of a mirror and look closely at your tongue. How does the surface look? Can you see any tiny bumps on the surface? Tell. If someone asks you to describe the taste of amla or cucumber, you might find it difficult to explain. How would you describe the taste of these? Tomato, onion, saunf, garlic. Think of words that you know or make up your own words to describe the taste. When Jumpa tasted some of these things, she said, So, what do you think she may have eaten? Why don't you make sounds that describe some tastes? From your expression and sounds, ask your friends to guess what you might have eaten. Chew it or chew it well. What's the difference? Try this together in class. Each of you take a piece of bread or roti or some cooked rice. Put it in your mouth, chew 3 to 4 times and swallow it. Did the taste change as you chewed it? Now take another piece or some rice and chew it 30 to 32 times. Was there any change in the taste after chewing so many times? Discuss. Has anyone at home told you to eat slowly and to chew well so that the food digests properly? Why do you think they say this? Imagine you are eating something hard like a green guava. What kind of changes take place in it from the time you bite a piece and put it in your mouth to when you swallow it? Think, what does the saliva in our mouth do? Straight from the heart. Where do you think the food must be going after you put it in your mouth and swallow it? In the picture given here, draw the path of the food through your body. Share your picture with your friends. Do all of you have similar pictures? Discuss. How do you feel when you are very hungry? How would you describe it? For example, sometimes we jokingly say, I'm so hungry I could eat an elephant. How do you come to know that you are hungry? Think what would happen if you do not eat anything for 2 days. Would you be able to manage without drinking water for 2 days? Where do you think the water that we drink goes? Neetu was given a glucose drip. Neetu was very sick. All day she was vomiting and she also had loose motions. Whatever she ate, she vomited. Her father gave her sugar and salt solution. By evening, Neetu was feeling weak and dizzy. When she got up to go to the doctor, she fainted. Her father had to carry her to the doctor. The doctor said that Neetu should get admitted in the hospital. She needs to be given a glucose drip. Hearing this, Neetu got confused. She knew that during the games period in school, the teacher sometimes gave them glucose to drink. But what was a glucose drip? Dr. Andy explained. Your stomach is upset. Your body is not keeping any food and water and it has become very weak. The glucose drip will give you some strength quickly even without eating. Talk and discuss. Do you remember that in class 4 you made a solution of sugar and salt? Neetu's father also made this and gave her. Why do you think this is given to someone who has vomiting and loose motions? Have you heard the word glucose or seen it written anywhere? Where? Have you ever tasted glucose? How does it taste? Tell your friends. Have you or anyone in your family been given a glucose drip? Why and when? Tell the class about it. Neetu's teacher used to tell the girls to have glucose while playing hockey. Why do you think she did this? Look at Neetu's picture and describe what is happening. How is the glucose drip being given? Martin's window. Here's an old story. It seems so funny. There was a window in Martin's tummy. Actually, by mistake, Martin was shot. Right in the stomach, it bled a lot. The wound slowly healed and was covered by skin, but the hole was still there. You could peep right in. Oh, what a chance for doctors to study what happens to the food inside the body. The story seems odd, but it is really true. The secret of Martin's stomach helped us all, me and you. Story: A Stomach with a Window. In the poem, you read about a soldier called Martin. In 1822, he was 18 years old and was very healthy. When he was shot, he got seriously hurt. At that time, Dr. Beaumont was called to treat him. Dr. Beaumont cleaned the wound and put the dressing. After 1.5 years, the doctor found that Martin's wound had healed except for one thing. He had a big hole in his stomach. The hole was covered with a loose flap of skin, like the washer in a football. Press the skin and you could peep into Martin's stomach. Not only that, the doctor could also take out food from the stomach by putting a tube in the hole. Dr. Beaumont felt he had found a treasure. Can you guess how much time he spent on doing different experiments on the stomach? 9 years. During this time, Martin grew up and got married. At that time, scientists did not know how much food was digested. How does the liquid digestive juices in the stomach help? Does it only help in making the food wet and soft, or does it also help in digestion? Dr. Beaumont took some liquid juices out of the stomach. He wanted to see what would happen to the food item kept in a glass filled with it. Would it get digested on its own? For this, he did an experiment. With the help of a tube, he took out some digestive juice from the stomach. At 8:30 a.m., he put 20 tiny pieces of boiled fish in 10 milliliters of the juice. He kept the glass at the same temperature as that of our stomach, about 30 degrees Celsius. When he checked at 2 p.m., he found that the pieces of fish had dissolved. Dr. Beaumont tried this experiment with different food items. He gave Martin the same food at the same time and then compared how long it took for food to be digested in the glass and in Martin's stomach. He recorded his observation in a table. Here's the table. You can read them down and comment your experiences regarding this. So let's begin. What does our stomach do? Dr. Beaumont did many experiments and found out many secrets about digestion. He found that food digests faster in the stomach than outside. Did you notice this in the table? Our stomach churns the food to digest it. Doctor also saw that the food did not digest properly when Martin was sad. He also found that the juice in our stomach is acidic. Have you heard of anyone talking about acidity, especially when that person has not eaten well or the food is not digested properly. Dr. Beaumont's experiments became famous across the world. After this, many scientists did many such experiments. What did you what did you say? No, they did not shoot people in the stomach, nor did they wait for a patient with a hole in the stomach. They used other scientific ways to look inside our bodies. Do you like the story of Martin, or should we say the story of our own stomach? Think and discuss. Imagine if you had been in place of Dr. Beaumont, what experiments would you have done to find out the secret of our stomach? Write about your experiments. Good food, good health. Dr. Abanna has two patients, Rashmi and Kailash. Dr. Abanna talked to them to find out more about them. Read what the doctor found. Rashmi, 5 years. She looks about 3 years old. She has very thin arms and legs and a pot belly, stomach like a balloon. She often falls sick. She always feels tired and cannot go to school regularly. She does not have the strength even to play. Food. She is lucky if she can get a little rice or one roti to eat in the whole day. Kailash, 7 years. He looks older than his age. His body is fat and flabby. He has pain in his legs. He is not very active. He goes to school by bus and spends many hours watching TV. Food. He does not like to eat home cooked food like dal, rice, vegetables, and roti. The only thing he finds tasty are chips, burgers, pizzas, and soft drinks from the market. Dr. Aparna measured the height and weight of both the children. Then she told them there's only one treatment for both your problems, proper food. Discuss. Why do you think Rashmi could eat only one roti in the whole day? Do you think Kailash would like games and sports? What do you understand by proper food? Why do you think that the food of Rashmi and Kailash was not proper? Find out. Talk with your grandparents or elderly people and find out what they ate and what work they did when they were of your age. Now think about yourself, your daily activities and daily diet. Are they similar or different from what your grandparents did and ate? Proper food, every child's right. You have read about two children. One is Kailash, who does not like homemade food. The other one is Rashmi, who does not even get one proper meal a day. About half the children in our country are like Rashmi. They do not get enough food that they need to grow and develop properly. These children are weak and sick, often ill, in poor health. But it is a right of every child to get proper food. Think and discuss. Do you know any child who does not get enough to eat in the whole day? What are the reasons? Why do you think people suffer from starvation? What kind of health problems occur when we do not get enough food for a long time? Where do the grains from the field go after reaching the mandis? Have you come across any news related to huge spoilage in mandis or godowns? Collect some news of food spoilage or wastage on a large scale in mandis or godowns. Read the news and find out the reasons of spoilage of grains. How can such incidents be checked? So we have come to the end of this chapter. We learned more about our tongue, our digestive system, and their role in digesting our food. So students, read this chapter thoroughly and answer the questions and give them as comments. So read the chapter once or twice, as much as possible, until you understand this very well. So thank you and all the best.